What's good, y'all? I am the dating pool guy. I'm cleaning up the dating pool with the advice, with reactions, etc., etc. So today, hey, we have a video. Wife agrees to sleep with husband's boss to pay their debt. Oh no, this cannot go well. What was I gonna say? Hey y'all, please share, please like, please subscribe, man, to the channel. I have 8 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And they keep growing, man, and I'm thankful for any subscriber I'm get. I thank for all the views I've gotten. I had a video reach 1K, you know what I'm saying, recently. So we building, man, we building. And let me know any other videos y'all would like, any type of videos y'all would like me to make, you know what I'm saying. If it's just advice videos or just, you know, not reactions, just let me know. So let's go ahead and jump into this video.
A woman named Nina is in a supermarket to buy some groceries. She felt embarrassed when she had to return some of the items because her money isn't enough. To make her day worse, a car runs into a puddle near her, splashing dirty water on her clothes. A man named Sergey comes out to apologize and says he will pay for it, but the mad woman yells at him and leaves. At their apartment, Nina's husband Alexander reads the bank's notice about their unpaid loan. He blames her for not reminding him and says they could lose their apartment if they fail to pay it. Nina cries, and the husband apologizes, saying he will find a way. Nina says she will help him, but Alexander reminds her of their agreement, that he is in charge of finding money, while her job is to provide his needs as a man. Having said that, he undresses his wife and becomes intimate with her. However, Nina is still worried about how they can pay off their loan. Meanwhile, Sergey is having...
Alright, let me pause this real quick. This is what kills couples all the time. Money problems. If you ain't got your money together... At this point, bruh, like, you have to hold off on dating, man. If you can't afford dates, you can't afford to be together, you shouldn't even be thinking about marriage, bruh, because it's like, especially in this day and age, they might have worked it out in the past, let's work together, stuff like that, but now times are different, bruh. Like, you know, even though, you know, he's like, I'll figure it out, don't worry about it, she wants a better lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, and having debt, having things that she's going through, you know what I'm saying, she had to put her cake back, because, you know, ladies love sweets. So she has to put her pie back. She has to put her cake back. Nah, bruh. So that affects her, you know what I'm saying? And then he's talking about, oh, just fulfill my needs. I'll take care of you. But you're not doing your part to take care of her. So she's already like, I'm over you. Like, I'm kind of fed up with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's hidden, though. Like, she still wants to be there for him. She still loves him. But you could see it, you know, in there where she's like, I'm still worried about this. Like, you know, and which takes her away from what he said the deal was, because he's not holding up his end. So we'll see how it goes.
Breakfast with his family, and despite their wealth, they seem to be unhappy with their lives. Sergey's wife Tamara is mad with her husband because he is always away and spends no more time with them. Sergey got tired of explaining to her, so he just leaves. Alexander is a professor who teaches Chinese language in a university, and one of his students is his wife, Nina. Nina's friend Laura says she is lucky because her husband is smart and handsome. She asks if Alexander is good in bed, and Nina says that money is more important than pleasure. Laura says it will take her a long time to become rich, but the hopeful wife says her Prince Charming will soon come. Alex got invited to be...
Whoa. Is this the Pat? No. That's her current husband. She said her Prince Charming will... So she's already trying to find a way out. I told you.
Become a translator between a Chinese businessman and the bank. However, because of a conflict in his schedule, he asks his wife to substitute for him. The bank she will be working with is the same bank that they have a loan from, and Alexander says the chairperson might give them favor if Nina can help him seal the deal with the Chinese. At the bank, Nina gets introduced to the chairperson, and it is no other than Sergey, the man she yelled at earlier. Sergey says he does not like the substitution, but his assistant says Nina is highly recommended. Nina apologizes for earlier, but the chairperson just tells her to do her job properly. Sergey brings their Chinese client to the casino because he loves playing roulette. He gives Nina $200 chips, but the translator says she plays badly. Sergey shares his story of how roulette changed his life. He was buried in debt with loan sharks threatening his life. Until one day, he went to the casino and bet all of his remaining money on number 0. Luckily, the ball stopped on that number, and he was saved. Inspired, Nina puts the 2 chips also on number 0, and the ball did land on that number, winning her significant chips. Sergey warns her not to bet anymore, but Nina still put all her winnings back on number 0. Sergey is right, and Nina lost all her chips. However, it made their Chinese client happy because he won her profit. When the Chinese client left, Sergey invites Nina over bowling. Nina insists that she does not know how to play, but the chairperson patiently teaches her, and she got so happy when she hit the pins. The assistant advises Sergey to invite Nina to dinner and then to a hotel, but the chairperson doubts if she will go with him. The assistant thinks Nina likes him and he believes Sergey can get her, just like any other clients he had. And so, Sergey followed his advice and invited Nina over dinner at a fancy restaurant. They talk about fantasies and realities of life until their topic starts to become intimate. Nina tells the chairperson about the loan they have from their bank, but Sergey says he does not want to involve business there. He then invites Nina to his room, and this offended the translator. Sergey apologizes, saying he does not know how to seduce women. He says that he likes her, and he offers to help her with their loan, as long as she gives him what he wants. Nina says she does not need his help, and she leaves. Nina tells her husband about what happened at the meeting, and shares how she won $7,000 from roulette, but she did not accept it. This made Alexander furious, saying that the money could have helped them a lot. Seeing how mad her husband is, Nina says she should have taken the chairperson's offer to sleep with him. Sergey thinks that she is just being sarcastic and continues ranting about the money. Nina tells Laura about the Sergey who...
If you broke, no. If you're broke, just say that. It's giving broke. No. Nah, bro, but my man wilding out. You are talking greasy to be broke, and she's telling you about this man's advances toward her, and you're complaining about the money. Like, and of course, even if you thought it was sarcastic, you should have been looking into that. Like, what you mean? Like, what do you say? Because it doesn't matter how much money you have. If that's your wife, bro, you gonna trip out. And she did her part. She was respectable. Like, you know what I'm saying? She did do a lot with the bowling and stuff. But, I mean, she was just doing her job. You know what I'm saying? She was being a good translator, like, business person. Like, never let it get too far. When he invited her to do different stuff, she was like, no. Like, you know, she was offended. You know what I'm saying? Good. But that's the thing I say. Like, when you start tripping out and you're a problem on your end, you start pushing them away. Like, you're pushing her into that man's hands, because you're doing too much, bro. But let's keep going.
Offered her way to solve her problems, and her friend tells her that he might be the Prince Charming she was looking for. However, Nina says she is married, and she is only committed to Alexander. Coincidentally, they see Alex on his second job as a tour guide for Chinese tourists. Seeing how hard her husband is working, Nina felt bad, and she really wanted to help him. One day, Nina tells Alex that the bank has already filed in court, and the husband says she could have done something about it when she was there. Nina says she has the chairman's number, and Alexander tells her to call him. Nina refuses to, and as her husband insisted, she gets mad and leaves. Nina has been thinking the whole day about Sergey's offer, until that evening. She finally calls him and agrees to meet with him tomorrow. The next day, Nina tells Alex that she will be in the library and will have her phone turned off. She later heads to the hotel and meets Sergey. The chairman immediately calls his subordinate to hold off Alexander's loan for 3 months without interest and lower...
Wait. Isn't this like that other movie? Who was in that movie? I think it was Woody Harrelson. I think it was Woody Harrelson. I forgot who the wife was, but she was super attractive. But it was the same situation. He was low on money. Met this millionaire. The millionaire was like, yo, like, hey, like, you know, if you stay with me, I'll give you this much money. Let's just say Woody was like, okay. And then he regretted it and they split up and all this stuff. I think. Yes. And then, y'all gotta watch the movie. But I think it's Woody Harrelson. But it's a crazy movie, bruh. But I could never. It's like, we're gonna figure it out together. Like, she wants to figure it out together. And he's pushing her. He's more about the money. So... what happens.
Rates. During lunch, Nina is still hostile to Sergey. The chairman says he already done her the favor, but he assures her that if she doesn't like him, she is free to leave, and he won't hold it against her. Touched by his kindness, Nina finally agrees to do it with him. She becomes comfortable with him, and after their intimate moment, Nina starts singing happily and shares drink with Sergey. However, her mood suddenly changes as reality comes back to her, and she has to go home. When she returned to the apartment, Alexander shares the good news about their loan, and he thought that it was because of his visit to the bank yesterday. Nina seems not excited
Him? See? Oh, yeah. He's cooked. Go ahead.
about the news, and when Alex tried to be intimate with her, she tells him that she's tired. Meanwhile, Sergei arrives home, and Tamara notices that he smells a woman's perfume. The estranged husband denies it, which makes Tamara mad.
I forgot he was married. I forgot he was married. That's crazy. And she tripping on her end because she's ungrateful. This man putting in the work. Now cheating, never the answer, like I always say. But same way the other girl's husband is pushing, she's pushing him because it's like, I'm putting all this work and you're ungrateful for all the stuff we have. I gotta work to fulfill your lifestyle. No, you need to be with me. Bruh, I'm working. Now, of course, you make time for people, but see, she ungrateful too, so she's pushing him.
And calls him names. Sergei calls Nina and asks to meet him at the same hotel tomorrow, to which Nina declines and asks him to stop calling her. Nevertheless, the chairman says he will still wait for her. The next day, Laura calls and invites Nina for a girls' night out. She declines, but Alexander tells her that she should go since it is just nearby. Later that afternoon, Nina is on the way to the girls' party when she suddenly changes her mind, and she instead rushes to the hotel where Sergei was waiting. Nina spends the entire night with her prince.
Y'all. Hello?
Hey, Chris. Yeah, okay, I can make the burgers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Something like that. Some people want burgers, some people don't. Some do burgers and spaghetti.
Okay, hey, sounds good. I appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, bye. Yeah, I'm keeping this all in the reaction because I live a regular life. I want to let y'all know that, man. We're here. But yeah, let's keep going, man.
Charming.
I go back
and
a
from
little
then
bit.
on, is on the way to the girls' party when she suddenly changes her mind, and she instead rushes to the hotel where Sergei was waiting. Nina spends the entire night with her Prince Charming, and from then on, they have agreed to meet every Tuesday afternoon at the hotel. However, on the day that they are supposed to meet again, Sergei's son got sick. Nina was also not able to contact him because he is by his wife's side. This made the unfaithful wife sad even on the day of her birthday. When her phone rings, Nina bolted from her seat, but it is not the call she was expecting, and her weird behavior seems to worry her husband. One day, Nina goes to the bank, but her lover didn't notice her. She has become obsessed with her Prince Charming, but the fairy tale which only has begun seems to be already ending. This brings the hopeful princess into depression, and her worried husband brings her to see a doctor who prescribed her a pill. Alexander takes good care of her, and as he starts to become intimate, Nina could not longer hold it, and she finally confesses that she has slept with someone else.
Oh.
Alex's care for her turned into anger, and he asks who is it with. Nina refuses to tell him, and the furious husband calls her names and tells her to leave. With no place to sleep, Nina calls her Prince Charming in the middle of the night. Tamara asks for explanation, and when Sergei says nothing, she knows that it could be his woman. Sergei goes to meet Nina, and to ease her worries, the chairman says he will buy an apartment for her to stay. Sergei kept his promise and bought an expensive apartment for his mistress. Laura
See, that's what I'm saying, bruh. That's what I'm saying. Her husband couldn't read the room. Kept neglecting her, treating her bad. When she's pushing to someone else's arms, he wants to crash out. Which I get. Reasonable crash out. But still, bruh, you've been planting those seeds. Look, when you plant seeds and you tend to them, they grow. Depending on what seed you plant, depends on what fruit you get. So we see the fruit he's getting. And then the rich dude, I mean, you know, he's treating her well. Her money problems don't exist. He got her a new apartment. Tough.
is happy for her friend because her fairy tale and prince came true. Meanwhile, Alexander is left at home drunk, depressed, and has been getting into trouble. One day, Tamara cooks breakfast for her family, which Sergei appreciates. But then, their warm breakfast gets interrupted by a call from the husband's mistress, who appears to be becoming increasingly obsessive. Instead of meeting only on Tuesdays and Sundays, Nina now wants to see him every day. Sergei, who initially is only after the pleasure, now sees his mistress as a new burden. Nina keeps coming to the office, but the chairman has been avoiding her until one day.
She gonna take him out. He's cooked when we see it all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She becomes obsessed. That's cheating is never the answer, bruh. One woman is hard enough. And there's both sides. Ladies, dealing with a dude is hard enough. One dude. Well, except for cheaters, because whatever. Go ahead.
She finally managed to get hold of him. Nina invites her Prince Charming to go with her to the theater, but Sergei says he can't. He promises to see her the next day, but days have come, and Sergei never showed up. One evening, someone rings the doorbell. The excited princess opens the door, only to find her estranged husband outside. Alexander still hasn't moved on, and he assaults her while claiming that she is still his woman. Nina calls her lover in the middle of the night and tells him what happened. Sergei says he will deal with Alexander, but Nina says to forget him because there is something else more important. She is pregnant, and the chairman is the father. Sergei says he will support the child financially, and although Nina wanted more than that, she understands that she cannot compel him to do it. Sergei arrives home, and her drunk wife asks what happened. The husband then confesses that his mistress is pregnant. Sergei says nothing will change, but Tamara has had enough. She kisses Sergei and bids him farewell. Meanwhile, Alexander is in the park when two goons suddenly beat him up. They were the guys that Sergei paid to deal with him. Days later, Sergei started the construction for the travel agency he bought for Nina. Laura, who is now in relationship with her best friend's ex-husband, tells Alex about it. She also informs him that Nina is pregnant with the rich guy's child. Laura...
Okay, pause right here. I said this on another video. The Korean drama videos. That story was crazy, but check those out. You gotta watch the friend. When your friend is male or female, when your friend is like pushing up your significant other and be like, oh wow, they're so this, wow, they look like this, wow, this is this, and they're not giving you advice to keep y'all together, but they're giving you all their input is about how attractive they are or how smart they are, stuff like that. This is usually what's happening. Either they're cheating, or like either they're together or they're trying to get them. Be careful of these people. These are snakes. There's only one way to deal with snakes. Don't do it, not literally, but you know what I mean.
Felt sorry for telling him that, but Alexander assures her that he is all right. However, deep down, the tormented man feels rage, and one day, he brings a knife to stab the man who stole his princess. The bodyguard is about to shoot him, but Nina managed to intervene. Knowing that he wouldn't hurt her, Nina calms Alex down and convinces him to drop the knife and leave. Years passed and Sergei is now living with his new family, but just like his previous one, his relationship with his wife has become casual, and the same goes for Nina. One day, Alexander, now a doctorate and successful professor, gets invited to a party where he sees his ex-wife and her now husband Sergei. Nina goes to talk with him, and Sergei is completely unbothered by it. He later receives a call, and he tells his wife that he has to leave for something important. When he is gone, Alexander confesses that he still loves his ex-wife, and Nina casually says that they leave and get a room. In a funny twist of fate, Sergei, who used to secretly see Nina, is now going home late to spend time with his first family. Meanwhile, Alexander, who is Nina's ex-husband, is now her new lover. She makes it clear to her ex-husband that this will just be a casual affair, as she has already changed into this cold-blooded lady. However, as she is going home, tears begin to fall from her eyes, as Nina realized that it is not the happy ever after she was dreaming of. Did you like our movie recap?
The way they're wrapped up is the way these situations go. You only appreciate things when they're gone. And it's crazy. It's a crazy twist. Now, one thing I would say, bro, Alexander, that's how you do it. I get you have grief, but you don't crash out and kill people. No, that ain't the answer, man. You become better. He said, I'm getting my doctorate. I'm going to be better, right? And then he was able to get Nina. But, I mean, not in that way. He wasn't able to have a relationship with her, but she noticed that he had changed. She noticed his attraction. She was like, that he got more attractive because he was the man that he started out as, right? So that's why a lot of times I've seen, especially like Red Pill and all this stuff about these women and this is this. But a lot of times we have to look at ourselves, man. There are ways, like cheating is not the answer, but there are ways that we can go against that by being better, by being the man that we want to be by increasing because it's us, not for other people, but for us. You know what I'm saying? And if he would have been this doctor guy, still, going forward and doing his thing and do what he wants, he could have still been with Nina. Now, I'll say this. There's a caveat, though. Notice that their relationship got stale. Now, with this, I've never been married. But I've seen a lot of times what happens is that's when you stop being hungry. You stop finding new things. You stop, going out. You stop, going out on dates, exploring. You know what I'm saying? That is when things get stale, and infidelity. Hopefully that's not the thing that happens, but it can happen. So just keep going with you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going forward. I'm a big person about marriage. I believe in marriage. But yeah, there's ways to counteract these things that happen. But is there anything left?
Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Whose channel is this? This is Featured Recap. Okay, might have to subscribe to them because I like the way they did their videos too. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. Hope y'all liked my video. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm continue to build. And other than that,